Greetings, peace, love, harmony, and light. This is Chief Kalinago with another build. All right, man, listen. If there has been any videos that I've done, okay, I'm going to repeat myself. If there has been any videos that I've done that you haven't shared, you need to share this video, okay? But first, let me begin by acknowledging the Great Spirit, universal intelligence, thankful for wisdom, giving thanks to my ancestors, because I am my ancestors. We are our ancestors, so I'm very thankful for that. All right, sending lots of love and positive energy to each and every one of y'all. All right, because within this time, man, it's all about coming together, and it's all about love. You feel me? So that's what this is about. So with that being said, I appreciate that. Go ahead and hit the share link. Hit the share link, family. Go ahead, invite as many people as you can, because once again, the information I'm about to share is so vital. People are asleep at the wheel. Now, you know when you're traveling and you're behind the wheel, right? And your eyes start getting heavy, and you start falling asleep, you know what happens. You run into an accident, right? You run into the side railings. And I'm telling you, it happened to me before, thinking I'm at the wheel and I got it. And I know I'm tired. Okay, I know I was tired. And the truth of the matter is, I think about 6 or 7 people in a van with me. And we were traveling from New York, and we were going to, I think it might have been DC or Virginia. And I'm tired, but I don't know if it was the ego or what it was. And I kept telling myself, you know what? I could do it. I could go another mile. I could go another half a mile because I want to be behind the wheel. And then all of a sudden, I think my eyes shut for like literally a split second, not even a second. All right, a split second. And I hit the side of the median on the highway, and I jumped up and I pulled over, and I had somebody else take the wheel. Why am I telling you that story? You see, I always have stories to tell because this is real life. And the reason why I'm giving you that story is because a lot of us are tired. A lot of us are sick and tired, but we don't want to let go of the wheel. Okay? We don't want to let go of the wheel and allow someone else to drive or someone else to take over. And that's what we are not doing. You see, we are so used to the same system, not realizing that this system is no longer beneficial to us. As a matter of fact, it never really has been. Okay? But we have played the illusion for too long. This is real. The world is changing. And not too many people see that because they're too distracted. And the distractions are done intentionally. Okay? Intentionally. Okay? Now, unfortunately, it's at the sacrifice of certain demographics, but believe it, whether you believe it or not, everybody's getting affected. And I have to keep reiterating that this has nothing to do with the color of skin. For those of you who keep playing that game, I'm telling you, man, it's not a belief. I'm telling you, you are going to lose out, because the system don't care what you look like. The system don't care where you're from. This is about the have and the have-nots. That's what it's about. You feel me? That's what it's about. Now, I'm going to give you another analogy. And once again, not that I believe or I think it was real, but my question to you is, did you get the message? You see, I'm always focused on the message. So let us go back to Cain and Abel here for a second. Cain and Abel were brothers. As a matter of fact, a lot of people don't know that Cain and Abel were twins. Okay? And it's even said that there was a third, a triplet. But that's neither here or there. The point is, they were twins, right? So meaning that they were the same blood. But one had and one didn't. In other words, one had a sacrifice, or one had a gift that the Great Spirit, what they call God, showed favor over the other. And because Cain didn't have that gift, or his gift wasn't honored, he got jealous, and he killed his brother. The point I'm making is this, right? It has always been about the have and the have-nots. One had the gift that was pleasing to the Most High, and one didn't. All right? Now, a lot of people, again, that's just my own analogy of breaking things down. It's another symbolic message to me. You feel me? So the point I'm making is this. This is about the have and the have-nots. That's what it's about. And that has always existed way before slavery. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to get straight to the information, and I really want you guys to see how serious this is. And share this information. It's imperative that you get this out. All right? So let me go on. And that's coming from credible sources. It's not from me. Once again, I put the links in the description, and you do your own due diligence. You can't say you didn't know. Okay? You can't say you didn't know. Like I said, once you come here, I'm dropping that information because I ain't got time to focus on nothing else but finding solutions. But how can you find solutions if you don't know what the problems are? Well, I'm giving you the information right here. All right, so I'm sharing my screen right now. There's a slight delay, so let me see what's going on. All right. If you guys can see the screen that I'm sharing, please go ahead and type 1 in the chat, because I'm looking on my phone and I can't see it just yet. If y'all could see the screen that I'm sharing, go ahead and type 1. I don't know, for some reason, I don't know what's going on here, but okay, all right, so we good. I think we good. Okay, now, thank you, I appreciate that. This report here is from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. This is not my information. That's coming from these people. It's not coming from me. It's coming from these people. Okay? It's coming from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. Okay? And that was February 18th, 2020. You see, the news, the news will not give you that information. Fox will not give you that information. NBC will not give you that information. If BET, Black Entertainment Television, cares so much about their people, about Black people, how come they're not telling y'all this? How come they're not telling y'all this? You think they don't know? But yet still what? They have awards showing you, keeping you in the illusion. Okay? Don't you think your celebrities know about this? Do you think the Black Lives Matter know about this? They know about this. How come they're not alerting the people? How come they're not warning the people? So y'all better wake up and realize what's going on. How come the Black Caucus is not talking about this? How come Al Sharpton ain't talking about this? But they got people walking in the streets screaming Black Lives Matter. Okay? While millions of people have to die. Okay? Not that millions of people, millions of people have to die based on what they are doing. But y'all, like I said, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. Because Trump said, you see, it's not about Trump and Obama and who they have in office. Those people are just puppets. They're just working for their bosses. And it's literally about what the bosses say they have to do. Now, some of them may try to look out and do a few things, but they cannot come out and tell you exactly what's going on. But yet still, they have to put the information out, and you have to be able to find the information and do your own due diligence. They have to put the public on notice. All right? So let me ask you again, where's BT in all this? Where's all your celebrities and your rappers? They're nowhere to be found. But let's read, because reading is fundamental. All right? This is about survival. Okay? Let's listen to this. President Trump's 2021 budget proposes to cut the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which is SNAP. And SNAP is formerly known as the Food Stamp Program. So for all those of you who are on food stamps, Okay, they're about to get rid of that. Okay, all right. I mean, I keep bringing y'all the information. You can't say you didn't know. You cannot say Chief Kalinago didn't warn us. Let me read this again. President Trump 2021 budget proposes cut Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program SNAP, formerly food stamps, by more than what? $180 billion. Okay, that's not coming from me. That's their information. So for all those of you who are on food stamps thinking you got it made, they're about to shut that down by 2021. Okay, now check this out. Nearly 30% over the next 10 years by radically reconstructing, or not reconstructing, pardon me, restructuring how benefits are delivered, taking SNAP away from millions of adults who are not working more than 20 hours a week. You know what they're telling you? Get your ass a job. Y'all better pay attention. So don't think you could just sit home right now and, oh, well, I got my food stamps and go swipe. No. And don't get me wrong, I'm not gloating. I'm just letting you know it's time to get up and lace your boots, and time for us to come together and work on this group economics. Because y'all gonna learn and stop being selfish. Y'all got children, all right? Y'all got children, y'all got elders. If you don't care about yourself, care about your children, because it's going to affect the entire community. It's going to affect the entire village. It's going to affect your entire family. All right? So check this out. Taking SNAP away from millions of adults who are not working more than 20 hours a week. In other words, you sitting at home and thinking you're going to get a check, that's done. It's a wrap. Finito. No more. Get your butt up and go to work. Now, and reducing benefits of many other households. The budget also includes two proposals to curtail students' access to free and reduced price school meals. Okay? Let's read. Let's continue. Okay? The proposed cuts would come on top of nearly $50 billion in cuts over the next 10 years, and I personally think it's actually going to be less than that. That's just in my opinion, because they have to speed things up. Okay, that the administration is seeking through regulatory action, bringing the administration's total plan for cutting SNAP to about what, $230 billion over the next 10 years compared to the current policies. If y'all think this is a game, go ahead and think it's a game. Unemployed workers, elderly, individuals, people with disabilities, and low-income working families with children would bear the brunt of the cuts. You hear? You see? Do you hear who's going to affect? So don't think this is about white and black. They don't care if you are a Moor. They don't care if you're an Aboriginal. They don't care if you're American Indian. They don't care if you're a native. They don't care if you're Scottish. They don't care if you're Portuguese. They don't care if you're white or black or German or African. Okay? It's a business. But y'all keep taking it personal. They keep telling y'all, there's a saying, don't take it personal. It's just business. But y'all want to keep playing the color games. Let us read that again. Let's read this paragraph again. It says, unemployed workers, elderly individuals, people with disabilities, and low-income families with children would bear the brunt of the cuts. And the combination of tax cuts and program cuts in the president's budget as a whole would increase income inequality and widen the racial disparities. Now, they use the word racial disparities here, and to me that was intentionally, because they want to always inject race in it. No, it's going to affect everybody. Okay? Everybody, every ethnic group. But remember what race is. Y'all keep thinking race has to deal with the color of your skin. No. All right? In their system, race is a social group. And what's a social group? A group of like-minded people that share the same beliefs or ideologies. Black is not a race. It's a social group. Okay? Now, I'm not here to beat on people who call themselves black. This is not what this is all about, because they don't care what you call yourself. You could call yourself the green monkey. Okay? You could call yourself the blue parrot. You could call yourself a raccoon. They don't care. It's affecting everyone. You feel me? Everyone. And it's going to affect who? Families, children, elders, people with disabilities. That's who it's going to affect. All right. Let us proceed. The SNAP proposed cuts fly in the face of evidence that SNAP helps families and individuals afford a more adequate diet, support workers, responds to changes in the economic conditions, and has long-term benefits for children who participate, including better health and education outcomes. Including better health and education outcomes. The budget vision for SNAP would severely undermine these goals. Policymakers, once again, there are policies that are being made. So policy makers should instead strengthen SNAP benefits and help SNAP reach households struggling to afford adequate food. But you see, the policies, the policymakers, I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican, y'all better stop playing these politics games. Y'all better stop playing these politic games. Republican, Democrat, they don't care about none of y'all. Okay? All right. Budget food assistance cuts comes on top of recent SNAP regulations. All right, so the first thing they're going to do is cut out your food supply. Y'all think this is a game. This is real. Okay? Keep playing around. Keep always on Facebook talking a bunch of BS and playing around and focusing on the distractions. Just waiting a couple of years and see what's going to happen. I'm showing you guys the truth and giving you guys the facts and giving you guys the information so that we could plan ahead. We could be proactive. Let us not wait until this thing hit the fan and you're watching your family struggling because they can't eat. You feel me? This is not a game, people. I keep telling y'all we live in a beautiful time, but it's only for those who could see. Remember, those who have eyes, let them see, and those who have ears, let them hear. Now let us read some more. Budgets, food assistance cuts come on top of recent SNAP regulations. Over the past year, the administration has pursued through regulatory process several major SNAP changes that it failed to get through Congress in legislative form. Those regulatory changes in total are estimated to save nearly $50 billion over the next 10 years. The president budget states, thus President Trump's overall plan for SNAP amounts to what? $230 billion cut over the next 10 years compared to the current policies, $50 billion through executive actions already on the way, plus $180 billion through the legislation proposed in 2021 budget. Family, this is only next year. Okay? We already in June. You know how time is flying. Before you know it, it's 2021. $180 billion is going to be cut from food stamps and all the benefits that you are getting. Let me ask you a question. How are you going to feed your family? How are you going to pay your rent? How are you going to pay your medical bills? Y'all better recognize what's going on. Now I'm giving y'all the information and we're going to talk about some solutions when I'm done, because I don't just like to give information and tell you the problem like everybody else and not give solutions. No. You feel me? When you step up to be a true leader of yourself and people look at you as a leader, which I keep telling y'all, I'm nobody's leader. But the truth of the matter is people look at me like that. Leaders got to be, for one, transparent. They got to be honest. They got to be, they got to have integrity. And they not only have to talk about solutions, but they have to, about problems, but they have to give solutions. You feel me? So let's do this. Let's read some more. The administration's 3 regulatory changes would what? Bullet point 1. Cut off benefits for nearly what? 700,000 low-income adults in areas with high unemployment. So guess what? They already have high unemployment, but they are cutting low-income adults live in living areas for over 700,000 people. So let me read this again because it seems like I'm babbling because this thing get me passionate. You know what I'm saying? So let me read this again. Cut off benefits for nearly 700,000 low-income adults living in areas with high unemployment. Okay. Late last year, the administration finalized a regulation sharply limiting states' ability to waive SNAP's hash 3-month time limit for adults not raising minor children in places with elevated unemployment and during economic downturns. The final rule takes effect April 1st, though several lawsuits have been filed to block it. Trust me, them lawsuits ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. I promise you that. Bullet point number 2. End SNAP for more than 3 million individuals by rolling back broad-based categorical eligibility. The administration proposed a rule last summer to essentially eliminate two-decade-old policy that enables states to raise SNAP income eligibility limits somewhat so that low-income working families that have difficulty making ends meet, such as those with costly housing or childcare expenses, can receive help affording adequate food. The current policy also lets states adopt less restrictive asset tests for that families, seniors, and people with disabilities can have modest saving without losing SNAP. If the proposed rule takes effect, more than 3 million people will lose SNAP, including nearly 1 million children who would also lose access to free school lunches and breakfast. Y'all go ahead and think this is a game. Okay, that's what happens when your livelihood is dependent on a machine, which is called the government. Okay, you feel me? That's why they call the people minorities, children. They don't want a nation of children anymore. They want you to grow up. Okay, they want you to grow up. So for a lot of you grown folks out there thinking you grown, you ain't grown. Because you ain't handling your own business. Now I give it to you raw and uncut, whether you like it or not. Facts over feelings, documentation beat conversation. And I'm giving you the documentation, so you do what you want with it. Bullet point number 3, cut SNAP by 1 billion a year. You hear that? Cut SNAP by 1 billion a year, not 1 million. By 1 billion a year, by eliminating state flexibility in setting standard utility allowances, SUAs. SNAP rules allow states to set SUAs, which is standard utility allowances, to estimate household utilities cost in calculating a household's SNAP benefit level, which reflects the amount of income it has available to buy food. In October 2019, the Trump administration issued a proposal to cut SNAP benefits for 7 million people by imposing a national methodology for calculating state SUAs based on national survey data. The change would disproportionately affect households with members who are elderly or have a disability. Collectively, these executive actions, which Congress opted not to include in the 2018 Farm Bill that reauthorized SNAP, would end basic food assistance benefit for what, 3 to 4 million people, and shrink the benefits for about 6 to 7 million others. Okay, so what they're doing is they're proposing to cut food stamp assistance to 3 to 4 million people and lower the benefits or shrink the benefits for at least 6 to 7 million more. All right. Harvest Box proposal would shift billions in food purchasing from SNAP households to the government, as it did the last 2 years. President Trump budget calls for the Agriculture Department, USDA, to hold back an estimated 20 to 30 billion per year in SNAP benefits. You hear that? So they have reached out to the Agricultural Department, and then I'm gonna confirm that or validate that or cross-reference that with some more information to solidify what I'm telling you. Because like I said, documentation, big conversation. But let's read this again. As it did last 2 years, President Trump's budget calls for the Agriculture Department, USDA, to hold back an estimated 20 to 30 billion dollars per year in SNAP benefits. So they are working with the Agricultural Department to cut down the food supply, your food supply. In other words, that food is not going to be in your local stores. Okay? From an estimated 20 to 30 billion, not million, but billion dollars. All right? About 40% of the benefits issued to households. So let me ask you a question. How is 40% of the nation going to feed their family when they cut these foods off? For those of you who think this is not real, okay? It's real and it's going down. And if you don't make the changes now, I promise you, you would think your life is in a horror movie. Okay? All right, let's read some more. And use about half of these funds to give households eligibility for SNAP benefits of $90 or more a month, a box of non-perishable foods such as shelf-stable milk, ready-to-eat cereals, pasta and peanut, beans, and canned foods, all foods that are poisonous to your system. Okay? All right then. Let's read that again. And use about half of those funds to give households eligible for SNAP benefits of $90 or more a month. So that's what your benefits are going to be now. Okay, so whatever you're getting now, whether you was getting $500,000, $600,000 on your card, guess what? You are going to be getting $90 or a little more a month, a box of non-perishable food such as shelf-stable milk, ready-to-eat cereals, pasta, peanut butter, beans, and canned foods. Real jailhouse food. Okay, I think they probably get fed better in jail. I've never been to prison, so I don't know. Okay, the box would be in lieu of food that these households would otherwise purchase with that part of their SNAP benefits and the grocery store. So for all those of you, when you get your card with your money, you want to go shopping, you want to do nails, you want to buy rims, you can't do that no more. Whatever you was using the money for, they're going to make sure that's what you use it for, and they're going to send you the food instead. All right, let's read. I don't think they're ready for this, Chief, but let's see. I'm going to give it to y'all. I hope y'all ready for this truth. All right. The box would, again, let's read. The box would be in lieu. All right. The box would be in lieu of the food that these households would otherwise purchase with that part of their SNAP benefits. So let me reiterate what I just said. Okay. The money they used to send you, they will not send it to you anymore. They will send you either $90 or they would send you a package. So just like how you get a letter in the mail, you would get your food in the mail. Okay? And they tell you exactly what you're getting. You're going to get some cereal, some non-perishable foods such as milk, ready-to-eat cereals, pasta, peanut butter, beans, and canned foods. Okay? Participants apparently would have no choice in what food they receive. All right then. If y'all think this is if y'all think this is a game, check this out. You will have no choice in the food that you receive. None whatsoever. Okay? Just like you in jail. When they feed you, you got to eat what they give you. Okay? I'm showing y'all this is real. And I'm giving y'all solutions. It is up to you if you want the solutions or not. But I'm not going to stick around and perish with people who refuse to wake up and take action. Y'all want to be in the streets, walking around, putting up signs? This is not what this is really about. That's a distraction. Okay? And for those of you who want to take the statement I just made wrongly and take it out of context, that's on you. I'm not going to apologize. Let's read some more. The other half, all right? The other half of the held back funds, they're going to hold it back. The other half of the held back funds would be eliminated. You hear that? Whatever funds that's left, meaning that the money you used to get, they're going to cut that off. And then what's left, all right, resulting in about 120 billion in federal SNAP cuts over 10 years, households wouldn't receive these benefits in any form. Not in any form. Whether it's food, whether it's money, you are not going to get it, period. Okay? Let's read some more. The administration justifies the cut by claiming that the government can purchase, box, and distribute the food commodities as a substantial reduced cost. All right? So what they're going to do is they're going to get the food from the agricultural department, all right, because they feel they could get it cheaper, all right, and then send it to you. Why can't you grow your own food? I keep telling y'all, the new healthcare is growing your own food. Y'all think this is a game, all right? Y'all don't want to come together in little groups of people and buy 1 acre, 2 acre and grow our own food and practice group economics. I've been telling y'all that for the past 6 years. But it seems that my voice and my words seem to be falling on a lot of deaf ears. Even for those who say they're ready, when I reach out, they're not ready. Because guess what? And it's not that people don't want to do it. People can't afford it. So I'm giving y'all options. It is really up to you. It is really up to you. This is how nature works. Okay? Nature is self-reliance. They depend on each other. You don't see animals in the jungle begging governments for food. But y'all forgot what nature is like, or what nature was meant to be, what your nature was meant to be. Self-determined. Make yourself the government a crutch. And now they're saying, you know what now? We ain't taking care of these grown-ass children no more. Y'all grown. Handle your own BI. How come BAT ain't talking about that? How come TI ain't talking about that? Huh? How come on the platform with, what's his name, Big Mike? How come Big Mike ain't talking about that? How come Kanye ain't talking about that? But I'm giving y'all the information. These changes would take away food choices and pose new food access hurdles for an estimated 32 million people in 15 million households in 2021, or almost 90% of SNAP participants. Let's read that again, because I don't think y'all heard me. All right, I'm going to start from the top. The other half of the held back funds would be eliminated, resulting in about 120 billion in federal SNAP cuts 10 years. Household wouldn't receive these benefits in any form. Okay? The administration justifies the cut by claiming, because they always have to justify what they're doing. Even if it's not going to make sense to us, it makes sense to them. The administration justifies the cut by claiming that the government can purchase, box, and distribute food commodities at substantially reduced cost. These changes would take away food choices, okay? Take away food choices. So you got to eat what they give you if you ain't growing your own. And pose new food access hurdles for an estimated, 32 million people in 15 million households. But check this out. Or I think they're going to focus on the latter. 90% of SNAP participants. So 90% of you who are getting SNAP, food stamps, guess what? You are going to fall in that category. You get what they give you to eat. Why do you think I don't take nothing from this government? I don't want this stimulus package. I don't file their taxes. Don't give me anything, so don't ask me for anything. Period. I ain't no child. I'm a grown man. Now let's read this again. Not again, let's proceed. In addition, the enormous benefit cut, the proposal would radically restructure how SNAP benefits go to the vast majority of participants. This would hold on for a second. This would upend SNAP's successful and efficient public-private partnership, in which some 260,000 retail stores around the country participate in favor of government-driven approach to procuring food for SNAP households. So they are going to go around to over 260 retail stores and cut off the SNAP program. So you won't be able to use those cards to get the foods that you normally get. Y'all think this is a game. And I'm going to give you some more information, all right, to solidify everything I'm talking about. Because yesterday I told y'all about the GDP, okay, the depopulation, and guess what? All that is this is what this is about. I am showing y'all the proof of everything that I bring. Okay? So if y'all want to keep listening to fools on the internet talking about everything else, this is where the real information is at. All right? And yes, I'm throwing shade because I'm tired of these people on the internet call themselves leaders and they're giving no solutions. All they're talking about is problems and spewing hate. Okay? So yes, I'm throwing shade. And you know who they are. I ain't got to call nobody's names. Other SNAP cuts would affect broad swath of household. All right. The administration's budget proposes another roughly 60 billion in SNAP cuts. Okay. Another 60 billion in SNAP cuts over 10 years. They include, let's read, imposing a harsh work requirement. You hear that? For all you lazy people who don't want to work, guess what? They're going to impose a harsh work requirement. Family, the government is tired of taking care of people. All right? They don't want a nation of whiners no more. When Trump tell you he's going to make America great again, that's what he meant. Get your ass up, go get a job and work. Okay? All right then. Let's read some more. Imposing a harsh. Now, if you don't know what the definition of harsh means, it doesn't mean passive. Okay? It doesn't mean subtle. It means they're going to be aggressive with this. Imposing a harsh requirement that is almost identical to a House Farm Bill proposal that Congress rejected in 2018. Give me a second. Let me drink some water here. Like I said, I'm getting excited, passionate, but at the same time, this is very troubling. Now check this out. The proposal would take SNAP benefits away from adults up to age 65. You hear that? So when I tell you our elders are going to suffer, and when I say our elders, I'm talking about every group of people. I don't play the color game. So when I speak, I'm looking at everybody as my brother and sister. Okay? As long as you are righteous and you have love in your heart and your heart chakra is open, you are my family. I don't play these color games. So just so y'all, so when I say we, our elders, I'm talking about the human race. Okay? The proposal would take SNAP benefits away from what? Adults up to 65. So yes, up to 65. The proposal would take SNAP benefits away from adults up to 65, including many with children who are temporarily unemployed or working fewer than 20 hours a week, despite evidence that such requirements do little to do nothing to improve employment. Imposing a sweeping new set of work requirements on millions of recipients would ignore the fact that most working age adults SNAP recipients are indeed workers, and that SNAP plays a vital role in supporting them both while they are working and when they are between jobs. Okay? Let's read some more. Where we at? Moreover, experience suggests that the bill's proposed work requirement would leave substantial number of low-income people who have barriers to employment, such as very limited skills or mental health issues like depression, with neither earning nor food assistance. I'm going to read this again because y'all probably think this is a game. Okay? Y'all probably think this is a game. Let's read this again. What I just highlighted, let's read this again. So I keep telling y'all, go ahead and share these videos. Share that information. Y'all want all the BS to go viral. Y'all want people in the streets talking about I can't breathe to go viral. No, that's a distraction. This is what you need to let go viral, because the real catastrophe is coming for everybody. The real famine is coming for everybody. Remember the famine in Egypt? When people only had to depend on the government to eat food, and the pharaohs had to ration off the food. Guess what? It's coming again. If y'all don't want to be proactive, it's coming again. All right? Let us read what I just highlighted. Okay? Moreover, experience suggests that the bill's proposed work requirements would leave substantial numbers of low-income people who have barriers to employment, such as very limited skills or mental health issues like depression, with neither earnings nor food assistance. So even if your children have disabilities, mental depression, lacking skills, guess what? They're cutting off their earnings and their food assistance. And man, listen, this is sad, but this is, if this is not a wake-up call for y'all, let me tell y'all something, man. Okay? I could only bring you to the well. I cannot force you to drink water. Okay? I could only bring you to the well. I can't force you to drink water. I cannot save your family. I could only give you the information so that you could prepare yourself to save yourself. I cannot force you to save yourself. I've been doing this for over 7 years, giving up my livelihood, giving up relationships to educate and bring knowledge to my people. Right now, we should have had land and communities already. I ain't got to. Why should I have to beg you? Why should I be more concerned about your survival than you? Why should I care about more your upliftment than you? Why should I care about your financial freedom? Why should I care more about that than you? Come on. But because I care, because I love people in general, man, I'm doing what I'm doing. Nobody's paying me for this, and I'm not even asking you to pay me for this. Nobody could tell you the last time I spoke about my Cash App. I don't give a damn about that. Because the $2, $3 you're giving me, $4, $5, $6, $7, $10, that ain't doing nothing for me. And people think they're doing you a big favor. I ain't got time to play the games, man. This is real life. And we got to come together as people. I don't care what you look like. Because this is about the have and the have-nots. That's period. That's what it is. And if y'all can't see that, man, listen, when you perish, you deserve it. And that's just me. That's just me talking. Maybe I'm in my feelings right now, but it's really annoying. Okay? It's really annoying that people cannot see what's going on and make the determination to come together. Now, let's read some more. Eliminating the link between SNAP and energy assistance. Let's read some more. The budget would eliminate an administrative simplification that enables states to use households' receipt of benefits under the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, which is LIHEAP, to qualify them for higher SNAP benefits without requiring them to submit documents showing their utility expenses like heating and electrical bills. Okay? Some households would struggle to provide verification of the utility bills, and as a result would receive a smaller SNAP benefit. And you're absolutely right, family. It's going to be a dog-eat-dog world. Cutthroat. People, that's what they want. People are going to be fighting each other, killing each other for food. I told y'all that about 4 or 5 years ago, and people was laughing at me, disliking the videos. All right? You see here? Now, I'm a visionary. I told y'all it was coming, and I'm not gloating. I'm not the one to say I told you so. I'm just saying we could have been in a better position, but it's never too late. It's never too late, okay? It's never too late. Other benefit cuts target a range of SNAP households. For example, the budget would change SNAP definition of elderly to begin at age 65 instead of 60. Y'all hear that? I don't think y'all heard me. Let me read this again, okay? Other benefit cuts that target a range of SNAP households. For example, the budget would change SNAP definition. They could change words of the elderly to be instead of 60, to begin at age 65 instead of 60. All right. As a result, low-income individual age 60 through 64 would no longer qualify for certain eligibility rules, such as higher assist test and a medical expense deduction, and program flexibilities such as longer certification periods designed to reduce administrative burden and ease access for vulnerable seniors. You hear that? So I'm talking about elders who are 60 to 64 got to go back and look for jobs. Y'all think this is a game, huh? I keep telling y'all better start mending relationships with your family, okay? Stop with the beef and we can't get along and I hate you and you got this. No, all this is going to seem irrelevant when you cannot eat at that table. The universe is forcing y'all to come together, but y'all looking at it as a punishment. No, okay? This is to make us stronger. This is to make us stronger, okay? Now, let us read some more. The budget would also eliminate the minimum benefit of $16 a month, which is primarily goes to low-income seniors and people with disabilities, and would penalize larger families by capping SNAP benefits for larger households at the level for a family of 6. Y'all think this is a joke, but it's not a joke. It's real, okay? It is real, okay? It's real. Let's read some more. Give me a second here. I want to cue something because I want to conclude with something. All right? Just to let y'all know how I move in the spirit, and I'm guided by my ancestors, and that's why I do what I do. And I ain't scared. I'm not telling you this to be scared. I'm telling you this to be prepared, okay? Because I ain't scared. Whatever they got, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a champion. You feel me? I'm a victor. I'm not a victim. I'm giving y'all this so that we can start getting together and doing what we got to do. Now check this out, okay? Capping funding for state administrative expenses. The budget would cap federal reimbursements for states. Cost of running the program at the national median cost per case, with adjustments for inflation in future years. Although SNAP benefits are federally funded, states are responsible for the cost of many administrative functions, including determining which households are eligible. You hear that? So even if the federal government do the funding, the states decide who gets it. All right? Issuing benefits and investigating households fraud. So don't think you could trick them right now. They send you the card for food and you want to go buy Percy's and Reims and Snickers. They will arrest you and send you to jail. Think this is a game. They received a 50% federal match for these activities to reflect the local cost of staffing facilities and contracting, as well as other geographically variable factors. Capping states' administrative funding would undermine the effective operation of the program and make it much more difficult to invest in improved eligibility systems or other activities that entail short-term costs but yield long-term benefits. Moreover, the administration budget would drastically expand states' administrative costs by requiring them to develop a new process to distribute roughly half of SNAP benefits as commodity food boxes, with only about $250 million a year in additional funding nationally for this activity. All right, so they are cutting all the states' budget with only about $250 million a year. Guess who's gonna affect? Who is gonna affect? The people who are struggling, because the haves, they're gonna make sure they take care of them first. I hope y'all are listening to what I'm saying. Okay, that $250 million is gonna go to make sure that the haves, they get theirs first, and what's left, the people at the bottom, they have to fight for it. they're gonna have to struggle for it. So don't be mad if somebody, your neighbor, come busting on your door because you got an extra loaf of bread. They want that bread. They gotta eat. Okay, let's read some more. Eliminating SNAP nutrition education. All right, the budget would terminate funding for SNAP nutrition education and grants. So now no longer would they educate you on food, not that they're doing it anymore, but they could just give you anything and probably not educate you and tell you what's on it. So you might eat something, the peanut butter, or eat the food and find somebody catching a stroke or passing out. Y'all think this is a game, huh? Like I told y'all, go back and look at my video yesterday. From 300 and something million, they got to bring it down to 100 million in population. All right? I hope y'all see now it's all making sense and how they're going to do it. This proposal represents a cut of $4.90 and give me $4. 4.9 billion over 10 years and would sever SNAP's connection to healthy eating. You hear that? Already they're giving you poisonous food. They're going to take away the information to tell you what's in the damn food. Okay? Marking a departure from the program's core purpose of improving nutrition among low-income households. All right? It's bad enough that low-income households have no education on food whatsoever. Now, you cannot even read the package, and they're not going to give you educational purposes. So you might just get a blank box and tell you that's peanut butter with just peanut butter on it. Now, I'm good. I don't want their box. They could keep that. Now, check this out. SNAP cuts, table 1. The president's 2021 budget. All right? Proposal. And that's going to be an impact within the next 10 years on federal spending. Cut SNAP benefits and shift a portion to food boxes. Take away $123.9 billion. Partially reimburse state administrative costs for distributing food boxes, $2.5 billion. So they're going to add that to the budget. Take food away from adults not currently working at least 20 hours a week, 36, not million, but 36.6 billion. So adults who are not working, okay, currently, if you're working less than 20 hours a week, guess what? They're cutting that budget, $36.6 billion. Eliminate SNAP connection with receipt of low-income home energy assistance programs. They're taking away $8.2 billion. Eliminate minimum benefits. So whatever benefits that you are getting, the minimum benefits you are getting, they didn't say they're going to work on taking it away. They're going to say they're going to eliminate it. In other words, they're going to take it away. $2.8 billion. Cap large household benefits. $1.3 billion. Change elderly definition to begin at age 65 instead of 60. $0.5 billion. So your elders, your grandmothers, your great-grandparents, your grandparents, okay, they got to go back to work if you cannot take care of them. All right? Let's read some more. Cap state assistant administrative funding, $8.9 billion. Eliminate SNAP nutrition education. They didn't say they're going to cut it down. They're going to eliminate it. Take away $4.9 billion. Increase share of overpayment claims states retain. They're going to add. So now you see how that is? They're going to increase share overpayment claims. What does that mean? So people, overpayment claims, all right, where people are claiming that they have such and such, but they don't. They are actually investing more money on that. So in other words, they invest in more money to investigate your butts. Okay? Conduct match between SNAP recipients and store owners. They're going to take that away. Create EBT gateway. All right? They're going to add $0.1 billion to that. Eliminate EBT interoperability grants. I think it's interoperability grants. Take away $0.05 billion. Interactions and estimated effects of other proposals on SNAP. They're gonna put more proposals on SNAP, 2.7 billion, and in total they're taking away $181.9 billion. All right, let's read some more, man. Budget child nutrition proposals would curtail access to school meals. Very important. The president's budget includes two proposals that would cut child nutrition by $1.7 billion over the next 10 years and curtail access to free and reduced price school meals. So for all of you who don't know how to cook, who don't want to give your children a healthy breakfast or meals and think the school is going to do it for you, they're going to cut that out. Okay? The proposal would make it harder both for school districts with high poverty areas to offer free meals to all students and for families to continue receiving free or reduced price meals for which they were approved. Okay? So if they are going to continue feeding some children, they may do some type of separation. For the children who have, they will probably separate them and let them eat in another room. And for the have-nots, they won't eat, period. You got to feed your own children. I'm giving y'all the insight. The community eligibility provision enacted in 2010 allows high poverty schools to offer breakfast and lunch at no cost to all students. By eliminating the need for schools to collect, process, and verify school meal applications, it increases school meal participation, reduces the administrative work, and eliminates unpaid meal fees. Even though all students receive meals at no charge, only a portion of the meals are considered free meals for purposes of reimbursement. The president's budget would impose stricter rules about how school districts can group schools to offer community eligibility across communities or district-wide. Now, I didn't even read that, but again, using wisdom and using, discernment, that's what they're gonna do. People who are eligible, they're gonna put them in a different room to eat. And if you can't afford it, you just won't eat, period. So you will not even know your friends who are living a better life, they eat at school. You wouldn't even know that. You feel me? And I wouldn't be surprised if they have the parents have to sign a confidentiality agreement to make sure their children don't tell other children, well, we getting food in school. Y'all think this is a game, huh? Let's read some more. This change would make it harder for districts that serve high concentrations of low-income students to offer community eligibility district-wide or to group schools to accommodate district priorities, such as offering comparable benefits across neighborhoods or grades. At schools that don't offer community eligibility, most students approved for free meals are enrolled automatically. Based on data from other programs, the remaining families complete in an application and school districts verify the information on a sample of applications. Once again, you have to fill out an application to qualify if your children gotta eat or not. And a lot of you will still try to depend on them to feed your children because you just want to be lazy, okay? You could get mad if you want. I'm just saying the way it is. If families do not provide the information requested, their children lose their free or reduced price meals. So they're forcing you to participate, okay? If they tell you have a choice, but if you don't, your children can't eat, okay? Because research shows that a substantial portion of households that don't respond to the verification request and therefore lose benefits are actually eligible, the sample has been capped at 3% since 2004. The program combines verification with other program integrity tools like reviews of meal services and administrative practices to improve the accuracy of eligibility determinations and reimbursements. Okay, let's go. The president's budget would eliminate the 3% cap, allowing school districts to verify as many applications as they choose and requiring them to verify at least 8% unless they meet certain performance measures. While some of the budget's proposed changes in how districts conduct sampling and the kinds of performances or performance measures they are incentivized to meet could be steps in the right direction if carefully designed. Unfettered verification would cause substantial numbers of low-income children to lose the free or reduced price meals for which they qualify. Okay? So we're going to talk about some solutions after. Now, let's finish this up. Budget overall would increase. Income disparities and racial and ethnic inequality. Okay? All right then. Isn't that what the census is about? Race and ethnicity. Why do you think they're taking the census? So they know where the haves and they want to know how much you're making. Because they want to know how to distribute and make sure the haves always have. And the have-nots continue not to have. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. All right? Y'all gonna learn. Let's read some more. In addition to these proposed cuts to the food assistance, the budget calls for numerous other cuts that would take away health coverage and other assistance that help low-income families to meet basic needs, including, so they're going to take away your health coverage, including $1 trillion in cuts to Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act that would cause millions of people to lose health coverage. Not 1 billion, not 1 million, 1 trillion. And just so y'all think, oh, Trump is the one doing it, let's vote for the Democrats. No. It has nothing to do with Democrats or Republicans. It's a business. Okay? And it doesn't matter who they make the CEO of the business, they have to push the agenda. So don't go running to the polls, oh, well, you know what? Trump is doing this to us. Let's get the Democrats in there. Guess what? The Democrats might speed it up a little faster. But don't matter who's in there, it has to happen. Let's read some more. A $20 billion cut over 10 years in temporary assistance for needy families program, which supports families with children experiencing poverty. Okay? So just imagine in low-income communities, there's so much crime. Just imagine what's going to happen. Like I told y'all before, people are going to be killing people in the streets. They got to cut down the population one way or the other. What's the best way to do it? Take away their food supply, make sure they can't feed themselves, they can't pay their bills, and they're going to kill each other. Y'all think this is a game? Let's read some more. Elimination of the social services block grant, which provides flexible funding to state for a variety of services for low-income individuals and families. Next, cuts to basic assistance for some people with disabilities that provided through Social Security's disability insurance and supplemental security income. So guess what? If a lot of your children have disabilities, they're going to cut out the majority of those benefits. This is sad, but that's just what it is. All right? Let's read some more. Okay? Large cuts to non-defense discretionary programs, a wide range of programs, many of which provide basic assistance to low and moderate income individuals and families, such as housing assistance, education and childcare for low income children, and other health and human service programs. At the same time, the budget would permanently extend the 2017 tax laws cuts for individuals, which confer large benefits on high-income taxpayers and heirs to multi-million-dollar estates. Extending the tax cuts set to expire at the end of 2025 would cost $1.4 trillion over the rest of the decade. The budget's combination of tax cuts and program cuts would shift resources to those who already have high incomes, substantial wealth, or both. This would disproportionately harm households of color, okay, all right, which tend to have lower income and wealth due to historical and ongoing discrimination and unequal educational opportunities. As a result, the budget would increase income inequally and widen racial disparities. Like I said, they're pushing the race wars, and you hear who's going to affect the most? Let me highlight that for you, so you think, before you think this is a game. All right? I just highlighted that for you. This would disproportionately harm households of what color? So even if I'm speaking to everyone, but the people with the skin hue like me, I am showing you that it's going to affect you the most. And of course, that is based on, past experiences. Okay? So y'all better realize what's going on, man. So if y'all want to keep playing the games and keep hating on each other and keep fighting each other and keep being jealous of each other and keep being vindictive to each other, if y'all don't want to start loving each other and coming together and working together and building together, well, guess what? You're in for some demise. End notes. Okay, end notes. The budget contains a gross snap cut of $185 billion over the next 10 years. It allocates an additional $2.5 billion over the next 10 years for new state administrative costs associated with distributing proposed food boxes known as what? America's Harvest Boxes. So if you don't know how to harvest your own food, they're going to send you harvest boxes, which leaves a net cut of what? $182 billion. The estimates throughout this paper are based on what? The fiscal year for 2021 budget of the U.S. government. And the link is below. Make sure that when you click on the White House, it's on there as well. More cross-referencing to show you that this is real. Okay? So remember our ancestors used to harvest food from the land? Y'all forgot about that. Now they're going to send you harvest boxes. I've been telling y'all that for years now. Maybe some people might take me a little more serious now. Many provisions in 2021 budgets or budget were also in prior 2 years budgets and in the House's 2018 Farm Bill. Congressional Budget Office estimates of the president's 2020 budget proposal for SNAP can be found right in that link. Number 2, Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. Chart book, SNAP helps struggling families put food on the table. Updated November, you got information here. Number 3, for a detailed description of the 2019 budget, they're going to give you all this information here. All right. For details, like I said, cross-referencing just to verify and confirm the information so that y'all think if y'all think it's a game. Okay, let me just stop sharing for a second, and then I'm gonna come back to y'all, and then I'm gonna go back to share some more information. Okay, so for all those of you, all right, who want to keep talking about let's separate, oh, let's hate on people, guess what? Everybody's in the same position. You think the government care who is white, black, African, or no? They only do this census because they want to know who have, so that they can continue to take care of those who have, because the majority of that money is going to go to those who have. The people who don't have, they're all going to struggle. They don't care what you look like. They don't care what you look like. And a lot of you are going to hear this message, okay, and you are still going to harden your hearts with hate. Is the same story, is the same allegory, is the same allegory over and over again. And not that I believe it was true or real. My question is, did you get the message? Let's go back to Noah's Ark. A lot of time I feel like I'm Noah, all right, because I've been warning y'all for years and telling y'all what's coming. But people wasn't paying. They wasn't listening. A lot of you was even laughing at me, even hating on me. They still doing it today. But let me tell you the story of Noah real quick. Not that I believe it happened, but I'm just asking you, did you get the story? When the storm was coming, and Noah said, okay, you know what? We're going to build the ark. Come help me build the ark, people. Come help me. A storm is coming. And if you don't, I don't care if you don't help me. But at least come after it's built. They were throwing stones. They was laughing at him while he and his family was building the ark, right? People was laughing, drinking, partying, doing their own thing. The same thing people are doing today, okay? Being distracted. After the ark was built, he said, listen, even the animals had enough sense to go in. Even the animals had enough sense to go in, but no, they was laughing at him. Ha, 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 you are a fool. Look at this old silly old man. Even when the rain started falling, they were still laughing, dancing in the rain. When the water started reaching their necks, it was too late. The doors of the ark closed. It's the same thing like today. I ain't saying I'm no Noah, but I am Chief Kalanago. I am who I am. And I've been warning y'all for years. But today, a lot of them still hate me. Oh, he ain't no chief. Hey, he ain't this. I don't care. I don't have to be no chief. I'm a man. Chief is just a title. I don't care about that. I'm a man who care about people. I'm a man who love people. I'm a man who want to make sure we come together. Okay? I don't give a damn about a title. I am who I am. So y'all continue to laugh and hate, but y'all gonna remember those words. Okay? And guess what? I'm gonna continue to build that ark because life is never too late. It's never too late. We always have time. Okay? So we could be proactive right now, take action right now, and come together and make this thing happen. Okay? So like I said, I showed y'all a video yesterday. I spoke about the heart chakra. A lot of you are still going to be hardened because you see, you have personal issues. You have hate in your heart. Hate for people you don't even know. People who haven't done anything to you. But anyway, I'll continue doing what I'll do. Let me go to the next slide or the next set of information once again to put a stamp on what I've been talking about. I'm going to give you more information to solidify everything I'm saying. Let us continue. Next. And like I said, everything that I'm telling you right now, go do your own research. If you don't, I'm not asking you to believe me. Go do your own research. This is not about belief. Know for yourself. Okay? So there's a slight delay. Let me make sure that this is you can see this. Here we go. Okay, for those of you who don't know what Teamsters is, I'm gonna break that down to you, okay? All right, let's go. Dean Foods bankruptcy, Prairie Farms final offer. For those of you who don't know what that is, you're about to get into some information right now. All right? Teamsters Dean Foods bankruptcy. Let's read. April 7th, 2020. The following update is focused on only on those local unions bid on by Prairie Farms PD. Let me make that a little bigger just in case you're on your phone. All right. As you know, Dean Foods filed bankruptcy in the late 2019, because for those of you, Dean Foods is the biggest food distribution in the United States. But did you know that they filed for bankruptcy in 2020? Now you in 2019? Now you see how I'm putting all this together? Ah, okay. I hope it's making sense now. Just so you know, Dean is one of, if not the biggest food distributors in the United States. But did you know they were bankrupt? If you didn't know they were bankrupt, go ahead and type 1 in the chat. This is real. This is real. All right? Your life is being played out like a movie. Okay? Your life is being played out like a movie, a horror movie. And you are the actors in the movie and you don't know. Okay? Because you are distracted by the zombies and you are distracted by everything that's jumping out the closet. Okay? That's what's happening. So everything that's going on around you right now is a distraction. Remember in the Matrix when Neo came out of Zion and he went into the Matrix for, I think it was the first time, and he was seeing, thinking everything is, Morpheus told him it's an illusion. You feel me? Morpheus told him it's an illusion. And when he saw, he was focused, but when he saw the lady in the red dress, he turned his head A lot of you are that way. You are distracted by everything else around you, and you can't see the matrix for what it is. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to say I am the one, but sometimes I feel like I'm Morpheus as well. You feel me? So let us go. As you know, Dean Foods filed for bankruptcy in the late 2019. Since that time, your union has been numerous discussions with Dean to determine if there was any way to save the company. The company did not respond in earnest until the last month, as we believe it had no intention of attempting to operate as a standalone business or even the ability to do so. In fact, Dean has been so poorly managed. Dean's advisors have stated in the bankruptcy court that Dean will run out of cash in the near future and cease doing business in all areas. Not some, but all areas. Okay? Dean management was focused on only one path to escape their failing company: a sale of assets to one or more buyers. Once potential buyers started to appear, Dean began to act as surrogate for them and started to make contract proposals to gut your contracts in order to make the sale of their facilities more attractive. These proposals were really on behalf of the potential buyers, Dairy Farmers of America and Prairie Farms, two dairy product companies that our union has contracts with across the nation. Their proposal included the stripping of all health and welfare plans. You see, I'm solidifying everything I'm showing you all across the board. I'm cross-referencing with documentation because documentation beats conversation. Discontinuing all participation and contributions to pension plans. Okay? So guess what? For your pension plans you think you're going to get, is going to be affected. And guess what as well? Wage freezes, and other changes that were devastating to your contracts. Additionally, the bankruptcy statutes give the company the right to go to court and terminate your entire union contract. Obviously, this was something that we wanted to prevent, and so far we have been successful in doing so. In an effort to ensure we would have an ability to negotiate with a purchaser, all the local unions involved in the potential purchases by DFA and Prairie Farms voted to form a national bargaining committee. We have been involved in intensive negotiations, primarily with DFA, since the bids were made publicly, March 31st, and then with Prairie Farms over the weekend through Thursday, April 7th. Forming these committees gave us maximum leverage to maintain consistency within our ranks, and most importantly, to save as many jobs with as many benefits as we could. After many days of intense negotiations under the very difficult conditions we all currently facing around this pandemic, we have come to an agreement that saves jobs and saves health and welfare. Under these difficult circumstances, and of course, staring in the face of massive job losses during a very difficult economic period, all the local unions have endorsed this offer and is recommending that you vote yes to accept those contracts revisions, save your job, and move forward into the future. We are under a very tight timeline, as the offer made to buy parts of Dean, which has been approved by the bankruptcy court, is scheduled to be finalized on April 23rd. Coincidentally, that date is just before Dean is at risk of running out of money. If the final offer isn't ratified, Prairie Farms could walk away from the deal. This is why this vote is so important. We all know the management of Dean Foods destroyed the company, and with it many of the regional dairies for which many of you originally worked. These regional dairies provided good jobs with decent wages and benefits. Now we are faced with the company that is bankrupt, but with a chance through these two buyers to maintain our jobs and benefits, take some cuts, in working conditions for a limited amount of time and live to fight again. All right. So pretty much that information is in there. All right. So go ahead and read it for yourself. There's I put the documents in the link. All right. So man, like I said, this is real. Okay. Do your own due diligence. Do your own research. Now, I want to share something with y'all. Okay, give me a second here. And it's a picture that I took earlier because you see, I move in the spirit first. And before I do every video, okay, I move in the spirit. Okay, now let me share this picture with you. All right, I'm going to show you this. Like I told y'all before. Okay? Let me share this. Where I'm sharing my screen. Share my screen, and we're gonna go here. Okay? Let me make sure this is loading right here. There's a slight delay, so I'm just waiting for this to load. Like I said, stop being distracted. All these other YouTubers and Facebook so-called leaders, they're not giving you that information because whether they know or not, I don't know. But why aren't they talking about solutions, coming together, group economics, showing you ways to make money? Why are they not talking about that? But you see the picture I'm showing you right there? That picture speaks volumes. Okay, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to make that picture the thumbnail on the YouTube video. Now that picture you see right there, right? That's in the back of our yard. All right. And every day I feed the birds, you know, because that's just me. I have a love and passion. I love to share. That's my purpose in life, is to be of service. Not that the birds can feed themselves, but I went to Walmart and bought them like big bags of foods, and I feed them, and I just like to enjoy watching them eat. Okay, those things like that bring me joy. Okay, now as you can see, a little plant or grass or weed is growing. Now look at the surroundings, okay, of the concrete. Now listen to what I'm saying. Don't just listen, but hear me, because this is very powerful. It's symbolic. Okay, look at the concrete. The concrete is on soil. The concrete is on soil. It's on the dirt. So therefore, the concrete prevents anything from growing. Okay, it sabotages the growth of anything. But guess what? One little plant found a crack and sprout and grew, and see how green it is. I'm going to repeat myself again because I want you to hear this. My question is, have you gotten the message? Do you get the analogy? Okay, if you get what I'm saying, please type 1 because this is important. Okay, please type 1. Look at the concrete. Nothing else was growing because the concrete suppressed the growth of anything underneath or in the soil within the circumference of that area, that particular area. But there was a little crack. There was a little crack. And that crack is hope. It gave hope for one little plant, one little weed that say, you know what? Even if there's concrete killing everything else, I'm going to grow. I'm going to come out of the cracks. I'm going to come out of the ghetto. I'm going to come out of the hood. And I'm going to grow. And I'm going to have life. And I saw that. And that's the message that I got. Okay? And I took a picture of that. And I said, I'm going to share it with y'all. Moral of the story is, family. And like I said, when I say family, I don't care what you look like. You are my family. Okay? Moral of the story is this. It doesn't matter how hard things get. It doesn't matter if you think there's no way out. It doesn't matter if you are under some concrete. It doesn't matter if you are in the ghetto. It doesn't matter if you're in the hood. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. if there is a little crack, there is always hope. So I'm telling you, I'm suggesting to you, let us not give up. Let us not give up. It's time to come together. It's time to unite. It's time to start doing transactions peer to peer, looking into opportunities where you could stay home and become wealthy. I've been showing you guys this for a while now. Okay? I hope you receive that information with the love that I gave it. Because I only do this because I care. I don't need your donations. I don't need nothing from you monetarily. What I need from you, I don't need nothing from you monetarily. However, what I do need from you is so that you don't give up. Okay? We got to keep standing. We got to keep fighting. Okay? We are victorious. Okay? For all those of you who know that you are victorious, go ahead and show some love. All those of you who know that you will not give up, you will not give in, go ahead and show some love. Because we could do this. We can do this. We're not going to allow this projection or what they're doing to prevent us from being victorious. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Okay? Period. So I'm going to leave y'all with this because I got to get on a call in about 35 minutes. Like I said, there are solutions. There are ways out. And I am not just telling you the problems. I'm not just telling you the hurdles that we got to climb. Okay? But I am also giving you the tools, the solutions. Okay? Once again, for those of you, all right, who want to come together, practice this group economics, reach out to me. My email is in the link below. As a matter of fact, we have a call in about half an hour to 35 minutes. I will send you the information. Get on a call. Okay? It's about creating your own bank. You don't need a social. Okay? You don't need an ID. All you just need is just the change of mind to say, you know what? I could do this. Okay? Send me an email or inbox me. I will send you the information to get on the call in about half an hour. Okay? Where you literally, I'm showing you how to become your own bank. All right? With Bitcoin, with Ethereum. I spoke about that yesterday. I'm showing you how to do that. You don't, like I said, you don't need a social, you don't need an EIN. You feel me? You don't need none of that. Let's build this wealth, family. Let's practice group economics. All right? Like I told y'all before, the war is going on between the centralized banks and the decentralized movements. All right? The centralized state actors, they have too much control. So I'm showing you how to become a non-state actor. Okay? Build your own bank. This is real. This is real. If you want to change your life, change your mind. So send me an inbox. Send me an email. The call is in about half an hour. I cannot, in fact, you know what? Not that I can't. I'm not going to beg you to change your life. I'm not going to beg you to do something different for your family. I'm not going to beg you to put yourself in a position to be financially free. I'm not going to beg you for that because once this thing hit, you have to find ways to feed your family. I am suggesting to you, let's be proactive. Let us not wait. Let us do it right now. Okay, let us do it right now. So for those of you who want the information, okay, I'm going to get you the information. All right? Inbox me. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put it in the link below in the chat. And after the call, reach out to me. Okay? Let me see if I can put that in there. Give me a second. I got to see if I can find it. Let me see if I got it. I'm not sure if I have it here, but let me see. Okay, yep. There we go. Okay. I just put it in the link for y'all. All right. For those of you who want to email me, go ahead and email me. The time is everything here. It's 1 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Central, 11 a.m. Mountain time, and 10 a.m. PT. That must be Pacific time. Okay? You can't say you didn't know. You can't say, oh, life is unfair. Life has always been unfair from the moment we came here. And when I say we came here, I'm talking about we manifested here in this physical realm. Okay? Because that means we have to provide for our own. All right? So you can't sit around no more and depend on the government. The government is saying, we are tired of taking care of you. Stand up, strap up your boots, and go to work. Now you have the choice to keep working for them and be their slave, or you could stay home and find opportunities to be financially wealthy. You feel me? So with that being said, I appreciate love you guys. Thank you for being a part of this build. I will continue doing what I'm doing. And I'm only looking to link with like minds. I don't care what you look like. And the opportunity I just put in the chat, okay, that's international. Remember I told y'all about the blockchain? The world is changing, family. So if you ain't getting in the chat, inbox me and send me an email. The call is in about half an hour. You gotta be on that call. All right? Time to become your own banker, where you have control. Like I said, you don't need a social. You don't need an EIN number. You just need a change of mind. That's all you need. I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you for being a part of this. And I will see you. I'll see you on the call. Remember, I'm going to see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Too much chaos is in the bottom. It's time to step our games up. All right. We have to step up and be ahead of the curve. Okay. Be ahead of the curve. I got some things I'm putting together. All right. It's just a matter of, just putting it out there in the universe. But we have to be moving forward. We have to keep moving forward. Okay. So send me an email, send me an inbox. The information is also in the chat. Be on that call in half an hour. And after the call, get back to me. I'll show you how to get started, and let's build this group economic. All right. Peace and love.